Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Friday, October 17th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 88. In hour two of today's show, we'll transition from college football to the NFL, talk some Saints Bears, give you a final score prediction there. Then in hour number three, we'll play a little What's the Ticket and put together a pontoon parlay. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number two of Off the Bench, live from Rouse's on Burbank and Lee, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
Hour two of Off the Bench, live from the Raising Cane studio.
Welcome back in. Hour number two, OTB, here live from Rouse's on Burbank and Lee. Come hang out. Come see us. Rouses.com is the website. Why are you giving the website to a grocery store? That's because that's where you can find the weekly ad, the weekly deals. Type in your address, going to pull up the one that's closest to you so you can get those weekly deals that we talk about all the time. And we are here. Come hang out with us. You see behind us, if you're watching on YouTube, the breakfast bar. You see the steam rising. It is ready to go. So we enjoy it every single week, like Matt said earlier. More and more people starting to come by, and we appreciate that. Always enjoy talking a little football. And a lot of people have brought us trading cards to check out. So you know the way to our heart. So we appreciate that as well. So go to Rouses.com, get your tailgating package. I know LSU's on the road, but you know you're going to watch the game. You know you're going to have people over. So make sure you've got the spread ready to go. Again, Rouses.com. All right, Matthew, let's get into the NFL. Let's get into the New Orleans Saints as they are getting ready to take on the Chicago Bears. Now, Caleb Williams, Spencer Rattler know each other very well. They were at Oklahoma together. Yeah. Spencer Rattler was what did they say? They said they're
cordial.
Yes, not cordial. Best friends, but they're cordial.
It was a very dry answer from Spencer. He doesn't give you a lot of color. He doesn't give you a lot of...
Unless you ask him about Ghost or Taco Bell.
Well, I mean, a friend of the show, of course, yes. Spencer Rattler. He's going to be a little bit looser, talking to some former players. You know, when you ask him about Ghost and Taco Bell and how many points he's going to score in an NBA game. 6 points, he said. Pretty good.
Pretty good. He did say, YouTube me.
YouTube me.
Not the Google me like Kurt Signetti, who, by the way, will get there. Dollar bills.
Yeah, that's probably like the age gap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's YouTube me. Used to be Google me.
That was my whole point.
Ah, got it.
Yeah.
Well, I got there.
Yeah, you got there.
Good point, though.
Oof. It took you a while. So.
But, yeah, they said, you know, how's your relationship? He thought for a little
both
bit.
of them have kind of been like that, too. They asked Caleb, too.
Kind of like it kind of looked like he, like, sucking his teeth a little bit. Like, yeah, cordial. That's about it. I'll say hi to him. We'll say what's up before the game.
Yeah.
So that means they, like, if you're looking at it, if you're keeping record at home, if you're keeping score, and press conference, NFL press conference rules, that means they don't like each other.
You're calling your shot? You're calling it?
I mean, if you even like semi like the person, you're like, oh yeah, dude, we're cool.
Yeah.
Cordial. That means I don't like you, but we're not going to fight.
I mean, at the time, like, so Spencer's there, like, and that's why I always go back to whenever we talk about how talented is Spencer Rattler. He was on track to be like a first-round guy. Like, everybody believed that about him. And then that year at Oklahoma, he was going through a little minor injury. He's trying to come in, trying to come out. Wasn't playing horrible, but got replaced by Caleb Williams.
Yep.
Now, Caleb Williams, number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, kind of won a Heisman.
You watch him throw a football, you're like, I get it. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, like, even like Spencer got replaced by that guy, it's like, well, I mean, that guy's going to replace most people. But I'm sure that relationship was strained a little bit because they're competing, they're battling for the same spot. And look, sometimes that relationship can be great. You and Jamarcus, great relationship, right? Mm-hmm. There's other quarterbacks that were at LSU, not so great. And that's okay. The same thing with running back, too. I'm not casting stones to just quarterback. Same thing for running backs. Like, me, Keelan, and Charles, and Murph, like, we had a great relationship. But there was times before, when I was a younger player, like, you could tell, like, there was that rivalry because you wanted to be the guy, and it didn't really go away.
Yep. Well, it's just like anything. It's like coworkers. You're forced to spend so much time with people.
Yeah.
Personalities sometimes clash.
Right.
And you either like someone or you don't, or it's like, we're cool. Like, I'm with you. Like, let's say
cool, man.
We're cool. Like, we're going to hang out. We're going to, share a couple laughs, some smiles. We're going to work together. We're all working towards the same goal. But, like, in a quarterback room, there's only one guy that gets to play. So if, like, your personalities don't mesh.
That's true.
And you're also, you're competing for the job and you both feel like you're really good. Yeah, you tend to not like each other sometimes. And that's
okay,
human
so
nature.
I'm going to lean on you for this conversation because.
And I've only had, I was only around 2 people that personalities did not mesh. Right? That's not a teaser. It's not like I'm going to, air out dirty laundry.
Oh, man, I was hoping we'd get you there.
I think y'all could put the pieces together, guys.
I was kidding.
Relax. One in college, one in the pros. But, but it's like, but in the running back room, 4 of y'all can play in a game.
Yeah, right.
Now, there's going to be one, go-to dude.
Yeah, right.
But,
it can be a bell cow.
In quarterback, it's you're either playing or you're not.
True. And look, like I said, I've been around some running back rooms that we had 4 or 5 people playing, and those 4 or 5 people didn't jive off the field, and it wasn't like kumbaya by any means. It wasn't bad, but if you could get it together, there's a great video. One of my favorite times at LSU, I scored against Auburn, and the first people that met me was Keelan on the hash and Charles on the numbers, and you could see how excited they were. And I remember against Virginia Tech when Keelan hit that long run, me and Chuck Scott trying to meet him in the end zone. We had a really, really good relationship. Sean and Quinn had a great relationship. They played fullback together, and that's probably not the norm, but it's easy when things are going that way. Right. But all of us were playing. Charles was going to make a play. Keelan was going to make a play. I was going to make a play. Trendon was going to go make a play. And all of us got to eat. For you, for quarterback, it was different. So, that relationship being, cordial or whatever, yeah, they were fighting for the same spot. They certainly don't have the same personality, and that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and it's, and again, cordial's a word to say, hey, we're not the cut from the same cloth, but we respect each other and we competed. So, and that was one of the first questions I asked Spencer. I wanted to ask, you get a chance to talk to a quarterback in the NFL. You ask somebody, how's your quarterback room? How's your relationship with everybody? Because you spend the most time with those guys, and it can elevate a quarterback's play when you have a good supportive. If him and Tyler Shuck are quote unquote just cordial with each other, that could deter the gameplay from whoever is out there playing. Yeah. But if you have a good relationship with each other and you're cheering for each other, and like you said, if the backup quarterback's the first person giving the starting quarterback a high five, especially after they've been competing, that's a really good sign of a relationship. So I don't know. I think we've kind of gotten pretty deep in this conversation based on that.
It didn't even mean to.
It didn't even really mean to.
I was trying to talk Saints and Bears, but it was I saw both of them interviewed this week and asked that question. I'm like, ooh, y'all didn't jive.
So I guess if they're both getting asset, it had to have been some sort of sub-story.
And honestly, I thought we'd spend a couple minutes on this, but it is fascinating because for you, you're right. You're in a different spot than I was at running back because it was you and only you, whoever was playing. But I brought it up because I was trying, I got to believe Spencer Rattler, more than any game they've played this year, wants this game because it's against that guy.
Yeah.
All right, that guy that replaced you in college. I believe that most Saints on this roster that were here a year ago offensively want this game because Dennis Allen is calling the defense on the other side. So there's a lot of – the whole reason I'm bringing it up is there's a lot of things that could be used as motivation for these Saints players in this week, certainly on the offensive side of the football.
Yeah, this is what we call a highlighter game where you get that schedule printed out, you put it up on the refrigerator, and you get your highlighter out and you highlight Chicago Bears. And why? Because of Dennis Allen. I think a lot of the guys on the team have that Dennis Allen motivation right now, that bullseye, because of just the disaster that what was Dennis Allen. And why would they have that bullseye on him? I mean, it was their coach, blah, blah, blah. Of course, they didn't have success, but it was still their coach. They respected him. I don't know. I don't know if he respected them. I don't know. He made some of the weakest, most boldly, weak-chinned, disrespectful comments I've ever seen from a head coach last year.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
After, when your coach does not defend his own team,
Right, wrong, or indifferent, you defend your team. And then if you want to fix it, you do it behind closed doors.
And you know what?
Locker.
Even if you don't want to defend your team, you just say, I'm not going to answer that right now. We'll handle it internally.
Yeah.
You don't
go
throw your
apologize.
team. You don't go apologize to your rival's head coach and fan base.
Spence, Rat Dat. Please go put up 40.
Rat.
Kendre, please run for $120.
You think Jameis Winston, even though he is, far removed from the Saints right now, is texting the players this week like, hey, let's go. Let's get this one. Let's get it. I think so. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
He's got the whole Saints offense on a group chat just with Jameson. Let's go, guys.
Oh, is it going to be an easy game for the New Orleans Saints? No. Are they going to be obviously an underdog in this contest? Yes. It's on the road against a team in Chicago right now that's 3-2. They just won their last game on the road against the Commanders. Now, the spread's not what maybe you would think it would be. It's only 4.5 right now in favor of the Bears. It actually opened up at 5.5, so it actually has gone down. This is not a matchup that is, unwinnable for the New Orleans Saints. In fact, Spencer Rattler right now has more passing yards than Caleb Williams. Mm-hmm. All right, now I don't know if AK plays in this game. I know he's been hurt. He was back at practice in a limited fashion. He's got more rushing yards than Swift, okay? Chris Olave has more receiving yards than Rome Odunze. All right, Carl Granderson has more sacks, almost by double, than their leading sack getter. You got some advantages in this game that people aren't talking enough about, right? You've played well enough to be in this game, win this game potentially on the road, and you go to Chicago and get a dub. That can do a lot for the future of what the rest of the season looks like. Yeah, that'll be a big deal if you can. And this is let's not get it twisted on the Saints roster and their record right now. We know they're 1-5, but we know that they are really, really close to being a 500 football team right now. I know they've played one more game. That doesn't matter though. I'm just saying, the stats are not that far off. Sorry.
That's okay. But the Chicago Bears are a dangerous team. Now they got a lot of glaring weaknesses on their defense that they've shown. Even in the rain last week, the Commanders were able to move the ball. There was guys open. So there's a lot of things for them to work on. But we know, historically speaking, as much as it pains us to hear it and pains us to say, Dennis Allen is historically a good defensive coordinator. So nobody knows the personnel better than him, right? He's got personal familiarity with him. He spent every single day with them. So he's probably got a little good scouting report on every single one of these players. So I'll be interested to see what kind of game plan. Dennis Allen has always been known to run a little bit non-traditional coverages, a lot of two invert, a lot of weak inverts. We always, when I was in Oakland and we had to play, Dennis Allen was the head coach. Their defense was so non-traditional, we had to have separate periods on offense to go against more traditional type coverages. Your normal cover 1, 2, 3, 4s, because everything they did had some sort of invert. It just challenged your rules a little bit. Now, It leaves a lot of weaknesses and a lot of holes, but if you have a good defense and the longer a defense is together and gets that chemistry, the better that defense becomes. So Chicago is one of these teams. I've been saying it since the preseason. The back half of the season, I think they're going to be really dangerous. Once that Ben Johnson offense really starts to sink in, Caleb really gets used to being under the center a little bit more, playing with his back to the defense a little more in play action and handing it off and things like that. I think they're going to be really good. So this will be, if the Saints can go up to Chicago and take this one from a Caleb Jackson, from a new head coach, Dennis Allen at defensive coordinator, it would be a big, big statement win.
Yeah, I think it would be as well.
I don't know what the statement is.
It still is.
It's just a statement that we're moving in the right direction.
Yes, it would be so good for the feel and the vibe of the future of the Saints with a new coach, with a young team in a lot of different spots. And the Bears had a lot of success last week because they could run the football against the Commanders. Can they do that against the Saints? I don't know. DeAndre Swift's a little banged up. And so you've got some matchups that I like, even though you're going on the road against a team that's got a winning record. So here's to Spence getting his revenge. Here's to Kendre Miller getting his revenge. And here's to all of the Saints that had to put up with Dennis Allen and his weak chin and baby cakes getting their revenge.
Oh, baby cakes. Yeah, I'm just waiting for that day. Spencer Rattler's playing efficient. There's going to be a week where he pops off and throws for 4 touchdowns. I think it's going to be against Dennis Allen. Let's go.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead. I would love nothing more. All right.
See that terrible body language face on the sideline? That'd be great.
All right, we'll take a break. More OTB when we come back here live from Rouse's on Burbank and Lee.
Off the bench.
All right, go to GoTommies.com. Geaux, Tommy's with a Y.com. Tommy's windows, doors, and siding. When you go to the website, you'll clearly see the difference. Check out a gallery of work that they've done here in the greater Baton Rouge area. Check out testimonials of past clients as well. Now, each different section has its own tab, windows, doors, and also siding. But they also have other services like gutters that they can help you out with. So when you go to the website, it's all broken down right there for you. All they do is win awards over at Tommy's Best of Baton Rouge. This year in the Advocate, that's Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. GoTommys.com.
All they do is win. Go Tommy's. Go to GoTommys.com. If you got a project start, you're about to start, maybe a renovation at your house, maybe a brand, maybe you're building a house, make sure you get them to come out there and price it. Make sure you talk to Tommy and his team about everything they can do. We're talking lifetime warranties. We're talking about reliability and efficiency. Go to GoTommys.com.
As they turned on the light, it said there might be a little dust on the bottom, but don't let it fool you about what's inside.
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
It's one of those things. I guess it's one of those things.
All right, welcome back again. OTB here live from Rouse's on Burbank and Lee. Well done, Moose. See you,
Very
Moose.
well done. I'm not the only one that, for the first, multiple years of knowing this song, thought it was Dust on the Bottom.
Oh, you thought it was dust on the bottom? The bottom of what?
I don't know. Of a bottle?
You didn't think bottle?
I mean, I really didn't think too much into lyrics when I, was in middle school.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of lyrics you walk around, you hear kids walking around singing, maybe some inappropriate stuff.
Yeah.
You don't really know what it means. You just like it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I thought it was Dust on the Bottom for a long time.
Okay.
Talk about life-changing when I figured out it was Bottle.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really changed it up for me.
There's a lot of songs. Yeah, okay. I get it. I've told you the story, I think, before. My mother-in-law thought that Beverly Hills by Weezer was Heavenly Hills.
Okay, yeah,
She
that's
thought,
right.
she thought it was like a praise and worship song,
Yep,
So,
sure.
yeah, that got her.
My dad always
I got
thought Shameless. I'm Shameless.
Yeah.
He always thought it was I'm Shaving. I'm shaving.
What? Alvin,
Yep.
come on.
Yep.
Come
Obviously, he
on.
really doesn't care about lyrics either.
No, that's where you learned it from. My dad's a classic. Like he acted like he knew the song, and out of 10 words, he would sing 4 of them and just hum the other 6.
Sure. Yeah. You got to
Yeah.
fake it till you make it.
Yeah. So okay. Yeah, a little dust on the bottle, but don't let it fool you about what's inside, because what can be inside the bottom, I don't know. But that's what Flynn thought. So
Hey, sometimes you got to,
nope.
I don't know.
No. It's
Anyway,
okay,
we
bud.
got there. So I doubt that I'm the only one. I promise you that. There's somebody out there.
He's wanting you so bad. If you're out there, please let him know. All right, we got into the SEC a little bit earlier. We got into Ole Miss and Georgia. Certainly not the only game. It's actually a pretty nice slate. You've got number 14 Oklahoma traveling to South Carolina, number 4 Texas A&M traveling to Arkansas. We mentioned number 5 Ole Miss traveling to number 9 Georgia. You've got Mississippi State traveling to Florida, number 21 Texas traveling to Kentucky, number 11 Tennessee traveling to number 6 Alabama, third Saturday in October, and then number 16 Missouri traveling for the first time on the road this year at Jordan-Hare against the Auburn Tigers.
Aye.
So we've already talked about Ole Miss and Georgia. Outside of that, Matthew, what's the biggest game?
Oh, man. I mean, I think chalk answer, Ole Miss, Georgia, Tennessee, traveling to Alabama. A lot of people are talking about this Texas A&M game in Arkansas. Is this some sort of walking into a trap situation? certainly Arkansas is dangerous on offense.
Yeah, and this game's typically played in Jerry's World. Now it's back on campus for the first
got
time.
a little bit
it's
more of
gonna
a
be
home
in
field
Fayetteville.
advantage, certainly.
Yeah.
I can't get behind. I think Arkansas got their interim bump. I think they're going to settle back to where they are now. They are dead. They got a puncher's chance at everything because of the way their quarterback's playing. That offense is dangerous. They can hit you with explosive play. But I still cannot be a believer in the Arkansas defense. I just can't do it. I can't get there until they prove it to me. I know they had a good game against Tennessee, way better than I thought. But Tennessee was on my pick for the pontoon parlay that they would cover 11.5 points, and they didn't. So missed on that one, but I just don't think it's sustainable. I think Texas A&M too good this year. Unfortunately, sorry, Alondra. A&M's pretty good.
Alondra went out in Nashville last night. I don't think she's listening.
Yeah, I don't think she really cares. But outside of the SEC, I'm really curious about our guys, our favorite team outside of the SEC, outside of LSU this year, Georgia Tech, right now going up and playing
underdog, right?
Playing at Duke, a 4-2 Duke, and if they can get past this game, this is their hurdle. I think this is their hurdle of the season. Can they get past this game? Because they got a really advantageous schedule on their lead up to their showdown with Georgia later in the season, which they should have won last year.
Yeah.
But if they can, this is that hurdle game for them. Can they refocus? Can they execute? Can they not make a play? So we're all cheering for that. I know a lot of the people listening, we're more focused kind of on the SEC.
Yeah.
But, we're cheering for a quarterback that used to be in the SEC.
So when I was giving that talk in Lafayette, there was a guy, and it was like my favorite question. I almost went over there and just high-fived him. He's like, hey, I know we talk a lot of SEC and whatever. He's like, is there an award for just being the toughest son of a gun? I was like, actually, yes. The Meathead Player of the Year that we give out on Sirius XM. He's like, because this guy Haynes King from Georgia Tech. I was like, yes,
my guy.
I was so excited because nobody talks Georgia Tech football here in Louisiana a ton outside of us, and so I was so excited to talk about Haynes King. And you're right about this being a tricky one for them. And again, they're an underdog, so Vegas sees something and sees the same thing.
1.5 point favorite.
And Duke, they lost to Illinois early, they lost to Tulane early, but they're undefeated in ACC play. But this is kind of a big hurdle for Georgia Tech. If they get past this one, it's hard to find somewhere where they'll slip up if they do get past this one.
Yeah, they'll be home at Syracuse after this, then at North Carolina State, at Boston College, at home versus Pitt, and then, of course, Georgia.
Pitt's frisky, but it's at home, so it's good.
Yep, Let's
go, Ramblin' Wreck. Let's go.
I want to see them in the playoffs so bad.
Yeah, me too. Little shotgun triple option basically is what they run.
It's going to be great. Haynes King getting hit 400 times a game at least.
Yeah. And then having Mickey in his corner, get up, you son of a gun, because Mickey loves you. That's what Brent Kiwi says in his helmet.
Yep.
And if you don't know that Rocky reference, we're probably not friends.
Cut me.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I do like that you brought up the Texas A&M Arkansas, though, going back to the SEC. That game's always close.
Yep.
Always, always, always. Doesn't matter how good A&M, how bad Arkansas, vice versa. That game's always close. That's why it's only a 7.5 point spread. A lot of people are like, are you picking that one for the pontoon parlay? I am staying so far away from that game because it's an unknown game. It's a rivalry game. Again, it used to be played at a neutral site in Jerry's World. They finally move it off of a neutral site situation. It's in Fayetteville this year. Arkansas, I actually think the version you saw of Arkansas last week is going to be what you see this week, and I think it's going to be a close game for a full 60 minutes. I'm not calling for Arkansas to pull off the outright upset win. That's going to be a close game. That's certainly one I'm paying attention to. And then look, the third Saturday in October, Tennessee, Alabama. There's going to be a lot of points I think scored in that one. I mean Tennessee's going to score points. If they get it into a shootout, does that favor Tennessee?
If they get in a shootout, I don't think it does. Does it favor? It'll probably benefit them a little bit. But from what I've seen from Ty Simpson in that offensive line for Alabama, he's ready for a shootout. I can tell you that. The guy is very accurate. He can read the field. And there was multiple times against Vanderbilt where he had a clean pocket, and it was nobody within 4 yards of him.
Yeah,
throwing it down the field. So they could protect. They got great receivers. And so in a shootout, I don't know. I'm kind of surprised to see this point spread. Alabama is an 8.5 point favorite right now which if like gun to my head, I had to pick one, it'd probably be like more in the 5.5, 6 range. 8.5 seems like a hefty amount of points during that match, especially for a 11th ranked 5-1 Tennessee football team.
Yeah.
And a 5-1.
And Tennessee was a chip shot field goal away from being undefeated against Georgia.
Yep. How far Alabama has come from losing opening game to Florida State, and now we're sitting here at their arrows pointing up, man. Their arrows pointing up, and it started pointing up real fast. So, old DeBoer over there, I guess we got to say he's doing a pretty nice job so far. We'll see. A lot of season left, but 8.5 point favorite is a tricky one. I do. I've watched film on him now on this Alabama team, and I don't like what I see. I don't like how good they are. Sorry, I know I've talked about it twice now this week. I get it. I'll stop.
So there's 10 teams in the SEC that are ranked in the top 25, and oh my gosh, there's so many people just punching the sky that aren't SEC fans right now because of it. But I bring it up because I mentioned earlier this is kind of a tier system week, because I do think there's going to be people move up and down in the hierarchy of the SEC. And so you have, A&M's number 4, Ole Miss is 5, Alabama 6, Georgia's 9, LSU's 10, Tennessee 11. You've got Oklahoma's 14, Missouri 16, Vandy 17, and Texas 21. But these teams playing each other, if Tennessee does beat Alabama, like how far up can they go? If LSU beats Vanderbilt, like what kind of as an underdog? Like, what kind of respect can they get? Can Oklahoma bounce back against South Carolina on the road? I mean, there's going to be some real movement. And if Ole Miss, who right now is the second highest ranked team in the SEC, if they lose, how far do they fall down in the top 25? So it's going to start to be a little bit of a clearer picture, I think, after this week.
Yeah, and I think LSU's in a kind of a strange situation when we just talk about rankings, and we talk about if this team beats that team, how will the rankings look next week? LSU right now, to me, is you want to think that it's all based on just wins and losses for the ranking system.
Yeah.
But so much, I believe, would be like the eyeball test with LSU, because everybody kind of knows what Nuss has been and how the passing game could look. But we haven't had that defense. Now that we have a defense, Nuss and them, they have not looked like a shadow of themselves in past. If they start turning that around and the offense starts looking like they have in the past, Nuss gets his swag back, he gets that confidence back. Aaron Anderson comes back and is doing his thing. We continue to improve the running game, and everybody's like, oh wow, okay, y'all just put up 35 versus Vanderbilt and look good doing it. Y'all were close against South Carolina for putting up 31. Like, if the eyeball test starts to show out, LSU could make a bigger jump than just a normal team winning the game, because I think LSU has dropped in the rankings. Everybody's kind of like down on LSU, like we're underdogs in Nashville against Vanderbilt, because the eyeball test, it just hasn't looked like I said, it hasn't looked like a shadow of themselves offensively from last year. Yeah,
even in your wins, like even last week, going back to it, you won by double digits, you covered the spread, but it was clunky. You had opportunities you didn't cash in on, everything. I don't really know. Now, a win's a win is a win. I mean, it's funny, like you can cover the spread, but you didn't cover it the way people want you to, right? And it's like, oh, well, LSU's not any good. It's like, well, I mean, Vegas said they were going to win by this. They won by more than that. But I understand it, by the way. I get it. I get it.
We were all this. I mean, we were all – every one of us was disappointed in the way it looked.
Right.
Again, you got the points that you needed.
Yeah.
That Vegas said you were going to do, whatever that means. Doesn't mean anything. But it just didn't look great against a team that is not that great.
And now you got, people like T-Bob's boss, Dave Portnoy, putting over $200,000 on Vanderbilt to cover the spread.
Yep. So we're talking about what could happen with the rankings if – a lot of ifs. We're throwing out these big capital letter IFs out here if LSU's offense can get it together. Now, all we can do is sit there and watch on a television, or, as in Jacob's case, call a game. And all we can do is hope that if becomes reality.
Yeah.
It is up to them.
Yeah.
They got to go out and do it. And I think there's a good chance that they're going to start to get better. And there ain't no way in hell they're going to go up to Nashville and let those nerds beat them. Beat the hell out of the nerds.
Yeah, you can't let those SAT scores beat you.
No, you can't do it, bud.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, you might be beating us in the SAT scores. We're going to beat your ass on the field.
Yeah.
Let's go.
What he said.
Beat the nerds.
All right. We will step away here. We still got a lot more coming your way. Some of the biggest games in the NFL. We got What's a Ticket. We got our final picks for LSU and Vanderbilt. We got a pontoon parlay. We got a party barge parlay. So much more coming your way. Stay locked in here with us. It is OTB live from Rouse's on Burbank and Lee.
Off the bench.
All right, go to pelicanroof.com, the website for Pelican Roofing. And look, once you go there, you know we love the website. If you need a roof quote right now, go ahead and go to the instant roof quote. You type in your address, it's going to pull it up, and it's going to give you an outline of your roof and what that roof would cost. There's financing options on the homepage as well. And also very, very cool. Click on Community on the tab there, top right corner, and they are giving away a free roof to a veteran. So if you want to nominate a veteran, you can do it right there on the website. And like Matt says all the time, they don't have to do this. They want to do this, and they want to give a roof to a veteran. So nominate that veteran today and do it on pelicanroof.com.
Yeah, and this is a thing that they've done for a couple of years. They did it at Mother's Day this past year, like giving a roof completely free. There's no strings attached to this thing. They just want to give back to the community, give back to our veterans. So go nominate somebody right there. And if you have a project of your own, you can go check it out right there. You can financing options. You can see their work. You can see their reviews, everything. If you got a project, make sure you call the best roofing company in Louisiana. That's pelicanroof.com.
Well, I got my first truck when I was 3. Drove 100,000 miles on my knees. Hauled marbles and rocks and thought twice before I hauled a Barbie doll bed for the girl next door.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
There's something women like about a pickup man. When I turned 16,
All right, welcome back in. OTB here live from Rouse's on Burbank and Lee. I want to remind you about our friends over at All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. AllStarToyotaBatonRouge.com is the website. Buying new, leasing, renting. Everything is available in everything that they do. So if you want to go watch the Tigers play in, well, Nashville tomorrow, I mean, you probably could. I mean, better get headed over there if you want to make it in time for the game time. And, get relaxed and everything. But if you want to go watch them in Tuscaloosa, Norman, Oklahoma, rent that Toyota today. AllStarToyotaBatonRouge.com.
They see me rolling in a Toyota. That's all I got. That was a freestyle there.
You should have to pay for that.
I can't say that.
No, I'm just saying, like, you said freestyle. It was just a dad joke.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Freestyle. You should have to pay for that.
Nice. That's pretty good, bud.
Well, thank you.
Just kidding.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So I don't know if y'all have caught on, but over the last couple of weeks, we've had, like, Patrick Willis. We had Spencer Rattler. Like, whoever LSU was playing, we had somebody that was tied to that school be a guest. Now, it wasn't, like, breaking down the game. It was just like, hey, we're playing that team this week. We tried real hard.
We put our brains. We
put our brains together to try to figure out somebody that would make sense for Vandy.
Turns out there's just a bunch of nerds,
and we couldn't do it. We could. A lot of baseball people, obviously, and I know a couple of the baseball people I know didn't go to Vandy, and so I tried a couple different. And I was like, that's not. I
think the best idea we had was the Vandy Whistler.
Thought about that.
Thought about trying to get him on the show.
Thought about that.
I'm sure he's a listener.
Oh yeah, I even
friend of the show.
Hey Clark Lee, do you want to come on?
Yep.
Didn't think it was the right week to ask him.
Yeah, that would probably been like our best chance of getting somebody.
Yeah, for sure.
You weren't going to stand for Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler's not coming on my show.
Yep.
It's not happening. So there was somebody that you were like, I don't really want him on our show either. So the two people that we thought of were like, nope, not doing that.
But honestly, who else is there?
I know. And then Jordan Matthews, a receiver, I was like, oh, Jordan Matthews. I kind of know him a little bit. And he's like, oh, he took a job 2 weeks ago as an offensive analyst for Vanderbilt. I was like, oh my gosh.
I can't have him.
I know.
Doggone.
Like, everybody I know for Vanderbilt is still currently attached to Vanderbilt. Clark Lee, head coach. Stephen Gregory, defensive coordinator. Jordan Matthews, offensive analyst. Sorry, guys. We tried. We thought real hard. It's like
somebody with the last name of Vanderbilt. Part of the Vanderbilt family.
Yeah. We thought David Price came to mind. I tried 2 different avenues. Didn't work out.
So that's not on us.
It's
really.
not on us.
It's on Vanderbilt. You don't have a lot of cool points.
Yeah.
You're not going to have a lot of cool points after this weekend either. All you got is Diego Pavia. I doubt they bring Johnny Manziel back to any games.
Yeah.
He kind of flipped people off.
That didn't really make sense either.
Struck the Heisman pose. I guess because he beat Alabama?
Yeah, he did. Did he beat him twice? I think he did.
I think he did.
I think he did beat him twice.
He definitely beat them in Alabama.
Yes.
So that kind of, I guess that's the only thing that makes sense about that.
Look, I did see our guy Theo Vaughn was out with Diego Pavia at a concert last night. Whatever happened to the no Thursday going out rule, guys?
It's a 48-hour rule, buddy. We definitely adhered to that when we were in college.
Every time.
All we drank was water.
We were hydrated. This is before my high, so we weren't as hydrated.
Just kidding. I'm a little bit more nervous now that I know that he's out doing his thing on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Because that's
Thirsty Thursday.
We all know that's what makes a championship team.
Yeah.
It's called team bonding.
Real quick before we move on, do you think next week we can get Dan Campbell
Oh, yeah, for sure. We got him.
for A&M?
Oh, yeah. We got plenty of options.
I mean this in a very real nice way. Did you ever cross paths with Dan Campbell on any of the teams? Oh my god!
I don't think. I mean, he might have been on the team. He just didn't stick out
Dan Campbell sticks out. Dan Campbell sticks out.
I mean,
He's a large human. Puts coffee in as a dip. Probably got a growly voice. You would have known. Okay.
Sure.
There's no way y'all didn't cross paths.
We probably did. He probably remembers me for sure.
I'm
assuming you had some run-ins with him.
Can you get? Oh my God! Look at this picture of you. What is going on?
Oh yeah, curls. Girls for the girls.
Dat Win. Can we get Dat Win on the show next week?
We get Dat. Rat Dat.
I'm going to lean on you being the Texas guy next week.
Well, we got options, bud. We got options.
Yeah, we did not have a lot of options.
For A&M?
No, for Vandy.
Oh, for Vandy. No, there's no options because there's a bunch of school nerds.
Yeah, no, you didn't play for the Lions or Cowboys, so yeah, you and Dan Campbell know. So,
yeah, no, I was never on a team with him.
Right. That's
but for A&M, we got options. We got we get Jimbo Fisher.
Does that count?
Jimbo Fisher.
Does that count?
Yeah, it does. He's a head coach.
I think so
there.
too. He's a head coach there. They paid him $76 million buyout.
Still paying him.
So, yeah, they're still paying him. So he's still on the payroll.
Still on the payroll.
That makes sense.
Tommy Moffitt?
You think Moffitt would come on?
Yeah, why not? Why wouldn't he?
Yeah. He would come talking some trash.
Oh, no doubt. And we're here for it.
Yeah, we'd have to have the dump button ready to go, though.
No, just let it ride. Let it fly.
Yes, that's a fine, though.
On who?
On the radio station.
We're going to find Moffitt?
No. The radio station gets fined.
Sometimes it's worth it, I feel like.
It's like a big fine.
Oh, a big one.
Yeah, and the main Flynn at our station would probably not appreciate that.
Yeah, but I don't think. I think they probably show a little bit of grace when your guest, who doesn't necessarily know the rules, comes on.
Still the same way. It's still the same.
Well, Patrick Willis said it.
Yeah, but we didn't celebrate it. We moved quickly, and Moffitt would probably say other things. I don't know. I mean, Moffitt's
fine.
He's fine. He's
a pro.
He knows. He's a pro. Okay. And who's really going to find Patrick Willis? I mean, not me.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
I'll terrorize your nightmares, bud.
So, all right. Well, we'll see what we can do for Texas A&M. But if you're wondering, wait a minute, they've had a guest for everybody they've played in the SEC outside of Florida, because we're not letting some Florida guy come on our show.
Ain't nobody.
That's
ain't
why.
No way.
We tried different avenues. We tried different people, and just didn't hit. Just didn't hit. But next week's going to. Feel good about next week.
Next week's going to pop.
I feel good about it.
I feel great about it.
All right. You ready to give your final prediction on the Saints Bears?
Let's do that next segment.
That's what I'm trying to do.
I didn't know if you were professional enough to tease it like me.
That's why I looked at the clock, and we're going to give it and then go through the NFL slate there, and we'll start giving some of our favorite plays out of the National Football League, and we'll do it when we come back. It is OTB live from Rouse's on Burbank and Lee.
Off the bench.
That was really loud there. CentralPlumbing.org is the website. Go check it out today. Not only in Central, but the entire greater Baton Rouge area, we are talking to you. So if you're looking to upgrade at your home, at your business, if you are looking to go tankless today with a tankless water heater, never run out of hot water. Why is that important? Well, if you're like me and our family, you get home late from the ball field, okay? Well, just because you get home late doesn't mean that you don't have to do the things that you need to do. You got to do laundry. You got to do dishes. Still got to shower up before you go to bed. You got a big family like me. A lot lot of showers involved, right? Well, if you never run out of hot water, you can do all of that with no worries, okay? So go tankless today. Go to centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org.
Central Plumbing, the experts in the plumbing game in the greater Baton Rouge area. The Payne family, they've been doing it for a long, long time. They've seen everything. So whether it's residential, whether it's commercial, like if you're like me, I've used them both. I've used them at my house. I've used them at my factory. So if you have a situation, if you have a project, and 24/7 emergency service, just call 225-925-8552. Call them today for any plumbing needs. CentralPlumbing.org.
She's got me saying sugar pie, honey, darling, and dear. I ain't seen the Braves play a game all year. I'm gonna get fired if I don't get some sleep.
2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn. Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
All right, welcome back in. A little OTB here live from Rouse's own Burbank and Lee. We'll remind you about our friends over at K to Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. KTOZBlinds.com is the website in Baton Rouge, in Lafayette, on the North Shore. And like we tell you every day, anywhere you're listening to us in Louisiana, give them a call because chances are they're going to be able to help you. Brandon Barton and the team going to come out, know your space, learn your space, change your space in a matter of 10 to 15 minutes. That's what they've done for me. It's what they've done for Matt. They'll do it for you. They'll do it for every single client. Go to the website today. Again, that's KTOZBlinds.com, KTOZBlinds.com. All right, Matthew.
Hey, buddy.
New Orleans Saints.
Yep.
Traveling to Chicago to take on the Bears. 4.5-point spread in favor of the Chicago Bears. How do you see it playing out?
All right, so I've been on the Saints bandwagon because I've liked what I've seen from where they're at in their organization, where they're at as a program, as a franchise. Nothing been like a disaster this season. It's actually been pretty good. I see improvement. I see we got a new head coach. And I saw a lot of interviews yesterday in the locker room, a lot of trade-based interviews, specifically with Chris Olave, specifically with Alvin Kamara. And are we looking at a team that is like galvanizing right in front of our eyes? Like there's been some questions about Chris Olave, and like he's not playing up to his standard or where he's played in the past. He's not making plays. Is he checked out? What's going on with him? Well, he was asked about the trade yesterday, the trade rumors, and he said, no, I want to play my entire career here.
Yeah.
Alvin Kamara was asked the same question. We know his loyalty. That's unquestioned. I was mad at him for re-signing. I was like, go spread your wings and fly, buddy. Like, if you love something enough, set it free.
You got to let it go sometimes.
You got to let it go sometimes. But he said, no. I want to stay here. I want to see what happens.
I think he said if they trade me, I'll be drinking a pina colada because I'll retire.
Yeah, he just basically said, if you trade me, I'm done.
Yeah.
So that if you're the Chiefs and you were thinking about making a trade for him, maybe that kind of squashed
And real quick, that goes back to my point yesterday. We talked about free agents. I know that people like on the surface are like not thinking New Orleans, but once you get here, everybody that I've known that's played for an extended period of time has loved their time here.
Yeah, don't judge a book.
Yeah.
Do not judge a book by its cover for sure. So are we looking at a team that, okay, they're not going to make the playoffs. They're not going, no one's expecting that. But are we looking at a team that is finding themselves a little bit more each and every week? Offensively, Spencer Rattler has moved the ball, been efficient. We are looking for that explosive game. We're looking for that moment for him to have because we know it's there. We've seen it happen. He's been more consistent than any NFL quarterback just from like a play-in, play-out basis. But he hasn't made that play yet. Enough of them, right? So I think they kind of come onto the scene. I think their offense takes a step. And are we looking at a team based on the interviews yesterday, based on the responses from Olave, who knew what nobody knew, like what was he in, was he out?
Right.
Well, he squashed those rumors.
Yeah, which is very cool to see.
Are we looking at a team that is galvanizing, that is coming together under a new first-time head coach? I think they find a way to put the explosiveness in that offense. Spencer Rattler's about to have a game, okay, where he throws for 3 or 4 touchdowns. I think Kendre Miller goes for 100-plus all-purpose yards, not just rushing, like all-purpose. I think he's going to be part of the screen game, the passing game. his get-right game, his revenge game against Dennis Allen. I think they win a last-minute, last drive, Spencer Rattler game-winning touchdown drive. Let's go with the score of – this is going to be a high-scoring game, I think.
Ooh.
Let's go 37-36.
37-36?
Yep.
In the National Football League game.
Football League game. Let's go.
Look,
I think Caleb Williams is pretty good. That's why I'm saying that.
I love it. I think everything Matt said, maybe not the score, but everything else that he said.
Look, I'm a radio pro, brother. Somebody's going to be.
I am all with it. This is a great opportunity for the Saints. You're on the road, a game in which the Bears just use a lot of energy to go win that game. All right? They got to go back on the road the next week against the Ravens. Are they worried about the New Orleans Saints? Even though the Ravens are 1-5, it's still the Ravens, right? You still think a little bit differently when you're about to play that team. So are they overlooking the New Orleans Saints? Now, we know the Saints have a lot of motivation. We laid that out earlier in the show. They got a lot of motivation because of the quarterback matchup. They got a lot of motivation because their former head coach, who a lot of people didn't jive with, is on the other sidelines calling the defense, okay? So for me, I'm not calling for some crazy score prediction here.
Well, their game against the Commanders was 25-24 in pouring rain.
Yeah. Look,
they're scoring some points and giving up some points.
I know they won that game because of the pouring rain, because of the fumble. But I do like the New Orleans Saints. Eventually, because they've been so close to making the play to win the game, they're going to make the play to win the game. And why not do it against weak chin, baby cakes, Dennis Allen in Chicago on the road?
Let's go. 37-36.
24-21. All right. That would be the call of the century. All right. So when we come back, we are going to go across the nation in the top 25 and play What's the Ticket? And we're going to do it right here live from Rouse's on Burbank and Lee.
Off the bench.